to another Reviews from Hell. Today, for the first time, we have an unboxing video. Now, I've never done one, obviously, as I just said, so bear with me here. I decided today to take a trip to the past, to a more simpler time, as we could all probably agree, to a time where, internet was just a myth. Mobile phones were only in Star Trek movies, and, game consoles just played games. And we were just happy when that happened. So there I got my hands on a piece of, I'm just going to open it here, hardware, or if you can call it that I find very, very intriguing. Just unwrapping this, just came in today. So, I'm a retro gamer, you could say. My best memories of games is probably from the early 90s. My biggest enthusiasms were back then. I remember whenever I got a new game, new console, I was over the moon. I would be absolutely in tears for how enthusiastic I was about a new game. Things that we take for granted today, things that we forgot how to appreciate. This is when Michael Jackson was still making like these old classic songs. This is when MC Hammer was a thing. Or people used to wear their jeans the opposite way around because Chris crossed it in the video Jump. So, what a better time to pop my cherry on the unboxing than today with something that is a part of my childhood. I think anybody who is probably 28 and over would understand this feeling. But today, look at this, we are here to talk about this. Boom! Yep. This is the Sega megadrive classic game console. Now, let's get this rubbish out of the way. Now, apparently it has 80 games in one, comes with 2 wireless joypads. The game console that actually takes cartridges, and now that is the biggest selling point I can tell you just straight out of the box. Now, before we open, I'm going to tell you what I'm expecting to see. I am expecting to see, or out of 80 games, to be honest, maybe 20, 25, if I'm lucky, might actually be good. I'm expecting them all to be playable. I'm expecting the joypads to work. Apparently they take batteries, which I'm not too enthusiastic about, but considering how cheap this is, I'm going to let that one kind of slide. I don't like already, I can tell you, the fact that it's infrared connection with the controllers. But then again, hey, it's cheaper than what it would have cost me than to buy an original Mega Drive with even half the amount of these games. It's barely enough it's hard enough to find them, let alone buy one. So, it's got the classics, Alex Kidd, Alien Storm, Autumn Beast, Chakan's Columns, Golden Axe 1, 2, and 3, Mortal Kombat 1, 2, and 3, all the good Sonic games for that part anyway. Oh, here we are. Yeah, it's got the really bad ones too, like Panic Lift and Memory, Snake. Anyway, Nevertheless, we're going to open this bad boy and see what they offer us. Now, this is by a company called At Games. If I'm not mistaken, I think they're the ones responsible for the rest of the re-releases. You know, they've done the NES and all that now. And the difference between this and the NES, apparently, from what I've read, I saw that apart from the game console, is the fact that this one has wireless controllers. The NES had wired, which are, well, everyone was complaining because that they're very short wires. Here you do have the option to put an original Sega Genesis, Mega Drive, whatever controller in here. It's got the 2 ports already, so that's very good. I'm very glad about that. This one doesn't work with HDMI, unfortunately. It does have the RC cables. Now, I don't know how this is going to show on a big TV. I have a 40-inch HD TV. Hopefully it doesn't kill the graphics too much. Now, I've heard the sound isn't very good either on this. But, to be honest, most people have said that it's more nitpicking than anything. If you're looking at the details, then yes, it's got to bother you. If you have the original and you actually remember how the bloody thing sounded like in the first place, it's going to bother you too much. But we'll see. So, here you'll be able to see what we have inside. Now, let's see, we have the manual. I never read these manuals, I think they're always boring. There's no bloody need. I hope this is a plug and play. My god, this is it. This this is like a feather. I like it's actually got they remembered to put the cover on top of the cartridges. As you see, it's just got the plug, video, audio port, the infrared, as we can see from a bit closer up there, and the 2 control ports. Now, we have the 2 wireless controllers. They're okay. They're alright. They're doable. Very light. The one thing I just remembered this, yes. Unfortunately, you will need a Phillips screwdriver that doesn't come in there. Just to put the batteries inside. Now, yeah, that wasn't really needed if you ask me. But then again, it's not a deal breaker again. You got a choice of player 1 and player 2 here on the back. Your cables and your cartridge and your console, sorry. And your plug. I like the plug, decent. And it's even got one of these converters if you're in one of those countries. So that's basically it. I think we should put this bad boy on. Now, as you can see, the graphics have pixelated. I think that's due to the fact that it's on an HD TV. The console starts out exactly just as you're seeing it at the moment. It starts off, doesn't have any kind of intro or anything, no Sega logo. It just comes out with the name of the titles and the menu straight away. You got to be careful how you're holding this. As you see, the console is on the bottom of the screen, and like if you've got the joypad just a bit tilted down to your leg, it won't get it. But nonetheless, I'm probably like 2 meters away at the moment. I'm just going to go a bit back. It doesn't work after that. You have to be quite close to this screen. Let me just get a bit closer. Yeah. You have to be, as you could probably see, around 2 meters away tops. Or wouldn't even be actually 2 meters away. Nonetheless, let's test these games out. So you push, pushing right, you go on the next menu. It's got 2 out of 8 as you can see there. Let's see, Sonic 2, Jesus. Alright, so you have to push start, I take it. I can understand what they said about the sound. I mean, I can tell just from the Sega. But does it bother me too much? Is it a deal breaker? Definitely no. I think a lot of people were exaggerating a bit when it came to Here we have the split screen, as we remember. Yeah, they probably could have done something better with the sound, but then again, you're buying a quarter of the price of what it would cost you to probably buy a megadrive and and stuff. It's cheaper than the NES version of its replica. But you can't really complain too much. Yeah, it's very responsive. You can tell just from the beginning. God, man, this brings me back. Let's get those coins. Oh, remember that spinning thing? God, this is when Sonic the Hedgehog had a job. Oh, here's your secret passage through there. God, I remember that. Oh, it is 99.9% responsive. It does everything, if you ask me, what I expected it to do. Alright, push the menu and it takes you straight back to the list of games. You can go left and right here, which is good. You don't have to go all the way to the 8th page. But as I said, I think these are the games that are gonna suck, like Skeleton Scare and all this shit here. Yeah, but then again, you do at least have a choice to put a cartridge, so can't really complain from whatever they give you. I mean, they give you Sonic and Mortal Kombat at least. That's something, not just one game. They give you literally all of them, all the good ones anyway. I would have liked Streets of Rage to be on here. It was on the previous 2015 version of this release, but unfortunately they took it off on the 16 one and I couldn't find the old one. I'm glad they put Golden Axe though. This is essential for me. You have to put Golden Axe. You just gotta think, is it worth it? I mean, the price is really good. I mean, these things come between $40 to $60 or euros, depending when and where you buy it from. It's not a bad buy, guys. I mean, it's just fun. I miss I miss that times, I just miss that old retro gaming. Bring your friend over, sit down and just have a laugh, spend hours on there, and without internet connection and updating and downloading and installing and memory and blah blah blah. You don't need any of that shit. Here it's just simple as pie. Plug and play. Something we haven't said in a long time, maybe too long. This is a time when consoles knew what they were and they were just focusing on one thing and one thing only, and that's the games. So guys, that was my take at the new Sega Mega Drive 80-in-1 game console. Okay, if you like this video, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. So until next time guys, see ya.